Hey everyone, it's November now, and I guess Halloween was over. So, as many of you guys who don't know, Halloween is just a holiday where it's all about kids who go trick or treating, doing Halloween parties, eating candy, watching scary movies. But what if this is true? It's not always. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about my Halloween exceptions. First of all, I just want to say I don't do Halloween stuffs. All I did is YouTube videos, so don't ask me, okay? Alright, so anyway, today's video we're going to be talking about my Halloween exceptions. From throughout the years, I haven't even celebrated Halloween, but I did. I got a lot of candy and stuff. So today, here we go. This is the video titled, I don't do Halloween stuffs, but I did back in the day. Alright, so number one, not wearing costumes. Here's how it all began. It all started in 2013. I was a kid. I started kindergarten until it was October and it was Halloween. And it turns out all of the students wearing those costumes, except for me because I don't have costumes. I don't wear them. It's stupid. But it's all of that. I got stand in line until realized I didn't wear a Halloween costume. But every time there's sometimes to be able to think. It's not always been tragedy, it's always understanding. So if you don't know, Halloween is not be the only way. Like if I was when I was in the gym class when I was still in kindergarten in 2013, I ended up heading to the gym and then I ended up having paint. All I wanted to paint is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, but the lady painted a turtle instead. It was very stupid, guys. Okay, so let's go number two. Let's start off with 2019. Started with 2018. In 2018, I started fourth grade, and then at the end of 2018, I started fourth grade, and then it was Halloween again. Until two girls asked me what I'm supposed to wear. He thinks I'm supposed to be Mario, but I become a jack-o'-lantern. It was very stupid, and we're not going to talk about that. So let's move on. And October 2021, another Halloween thing. When I was in 7th grade of middle school, I ended up becoming I also wear a blue shirt, so I've become Sonic the Hedgehog. But unfortunately, it's not a costume, it's just a shirt. Because I don't do Halloween stuff. That's not how it's tradition. It's not stupid. It's possibility that I would have done this. So yeah, that's how it does. So let's move on. Number 4, Halloween of 2023. Here's how it all began. When I was in my freshman year of high school, my friend Mara, we enjoyed Halloween. Until Mara asked me that there was a new movie called Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, the new movie just came out kind of like 2023 or something. I don't know. So me and Mara, we are big FNAF fans. But unfortunately, until Mara asked us she's gonna go see the FNAF movie, I saw the FNAF movie and I was traumatized. There were all the jump scares like in the games. And by the way, when I was busy in my junior year of high school, I saw a trailer for FNAF 2, the movie. I even watched some short videos that I learned that the original YouTuber MatPat is going to be Toy Bonnie. And that's how come that? Why did MatPat become Toy Bonnie? You guys remember MatPat? Yeah, last year he said he's retiring. So that's not how. And sometimes, including MatPat makes a cameo in FNAF 1 movie, including Corey X. Henshin, who appears as a taxi man instead of introducing himself, because the director will be like, "What the heck? Why is he doing that? We're gonna have to cut it." Yep. That's not how it, at least because of it, I don't. So this is why I don't. It's very important part. It was very stupid and declining. It's not always been doing. Like, This is how. So anyway, let's move on. Halloween Pokemon. Halloween Pokemon is my favorite thing of all time. I like to celebrate Halloween a lot, but I used to, but I don't do that anymore. However, the creepiest Pokemon was Mimikyu. Mimikyu is actually just a Pikachu version of it. But did you know that there's the origin of Mimikyu? Like, here's this one. One time there was a Mimikyu who wears a disguised Pikachu, and he becomes the creepiest, monstrous version of it. And so, one day, Mimikyu had to disguise as Pikachu until he walks down the town, and people were shocked that Mimikyu was a monster Pokemon until they're scared and the Mimikyu lives all alone. But when I played Pokemon Sun, when I entered the haunted house, and guess who I bumped into? Mimikyu. Yeah, that creepiest, monstrous thing I ever heard. And we don't know what it's under Mimikyu's, man. What's under Mimikyu's? But we can't, but I'm not going to show that. You know, under Mimikyu was actually this two eyes, but it was kind of creepy. So let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is the music from the original Pokemon Red and Blue, the Japanese version. In this one, when you enter a haunted house, you feel like the music playing. And the music that goes, dun, okay, first of all, I can't play them, can't sing the music because of copyright. I don't know. Anyway, so the music in the haunted castle thing from Pokemon Red and Blue also becomes the creepiest music. It's starting to feel like getting kids like headaches or seizures, not like that one in the Pokemon anime, because although Nintendo and Game Freaks discovered that music and they don't like it, so they had to change it for the North America version. You know I'm talking about video games or something. Another thing about the creepiest thing in Pokemon was a Gengar. If you don't know, Gengar was a ghost Pokemon. He went from a Ghastly to a Haunter to a Gengar. But did you know about Gengar? And it turns out Gengar is none other than Clefairy. Like how people think that a Clefairy died and becomes a ghostly Gengar thing. You know what? We're not going to talk about that. Alright, next one. The next thing I'm going to talk about, it's about the legend of the scariest Sonic character is the Tails doll. Here. This is Tails, like the one you've seen in my videos. Tails is kind of like a fox. But did you know Tails also has a robot doppelganger? So that Sonic and Knuckles got robot counterparts built by Robotnik. But what about Tails? And it turns out Eggman just created a plush version of Tails, and he calls it the Tails doll. Like this thing he was introduced in Sonic R. Like how this Tails doll went to attack Tails. Like if this Tails doll became a creepy nightmare thing, it went viral on YouTube. And then Tails doll wants to attack Tails something, but it turns out it was creepy. Not even like this. So yeah, I don't care about Tails doll. He's too scared. People doesn't want to see that. And also, Tails has become Cursed Tails doll. It was a fan favorite Sonic character, and it went viral on YouTube. Yeah, so I know that thing, but don't ask me that. Anyway, let's move on. So another thing about Halloween is all because of The Simpsons. You know, The Simpsons also has Halloween episodes called Treehouse of Horror. Releasing over the past 30 years has been critical success. And it turns out the Treehouse of Horror episodes of The Simpsons have been aired on October, but it was delayed until November because of baseball. So that was not how it was. Next up is the candy. Next up is Halloween candy. So Halloween candy is some kind of a sweet thing where children can go trick-or-treating with their costumes. And then one day, they all trick or treat and they got candy, like how a mother asked not to eat too much candy before night. You know, I had some candy a lot, but I don't know about that. Okay, that was that. So it's November, so Halloween's over, but don't ask me, no matter what. So now you know.